Okay, let's create a function for the following. Okay, the first thing we want to look at here, well, we can notice that there is similar end behaviors. So this tells us this is an even degree function. Okay, we have similar end behaviors, and we can notice that we have a few x-intercepts. There's an x-intercept here, 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 and here, right? And passes through each x-intercept, so the order is 1, right? And we can also notice a couple of turns here. Okay, there's a turn here, and turn here. So this indicates that we have 3 turns, right? It's an even degree function, and we know that the degree should be turns plus 1, so the degree should be 4, right? It's an even degree function. The end behaviors are found in quadrants 1 and quadrants 2, right? So the end behaviors here are in quadrants 1 and quadrants 2. So this is consistent. All of this is telling us this is consistent with the positive even degree function. Now first I'm going to create the equation for the family of functions, and I'm going to plug in a point to determine to figure out what that function is specifically. Now in this case, for the family of functions f of x, because the order of this function is going to be 1 for each of those factors, our x-intercepts here are going to be a x minus r, x minus s, x minus t, and x minus, let's do u, okay? And in this case, r can be 0, s can be 1, right? T can be 2, and u can be 4. Okay, so the potential equation for this function can be x times x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x minus 4. Okay, so now that we have that figured out, the next thing we want to do here is let's see if we can find this a value. Now we know that f of 0 is equal to 0. Well, f of 0 is equal to, if this is 0, then a is basically, oh, a is going to be 0. That's weird, right? So if a is 0, then we know that this a value is not going to be consistent, right? So we can just say that a is 1 or a is 2, but there's no other point that we can have here to figure this out. Okay, so we'll just stick with a as being 1. So it doesn't really seem like we have any other points, okay? So it's fine if we stick with the family of functions, right? Because once again, we don't really have too much of a refined sketch because I don't have this graph on grid paper, so that's fine. We'll let a equal 1, and technically your equation can be f of x is equal to x times x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x minus 4. Okay, and that is your function.